Without us, TikTok is worth nothing. With us, TikTok is worth 500 billion to $1 trillion. This isn't an extension for a delayed ban. This is an extension to finalize a long-term deal. And those are two
I mean,
very different narratives. I put on my Instagram story while watching him sign the TikTok order. It was as if he was signing player contracts for sports. It's like you have the press conference where the players sign the contract publicly. It's like, oh, okay, energy, great, contract signed. He's blazing the path, and I think he's opening up the door for other entrepreneurs to run as heads of nations or as leaders of nations, because he's the first, at least stateside, he's the first businessman in regards to backgrounds to get into that position. And you can see it. You can see very clearly that the way he operates is very different from the traditional politician. He was breaking down TikTok's deal during the signing of the executive orders, and he was breaking down the natures of the deal that he's looking for. And a journalist asked a question on how that deal would be structured, and he looked at the journalist and he just said, it's called a joint venture. You guys in this office, you guys probably haven't heard of that before, but that's the name of the type of deal. There's a lot of talk of Joe Biden wanting to extend the deadline so that TikTok finds a deal. But then the thinking goes, why didn't you just facilitate TikTok finding a deal in the first place and not impose a bill to ban the channel? It's just very, very weird way of doing things. And then we saw very swift action with Trump. And I think that practicality from a business standpoint infused into the role that he's taking on is going to be huge. I think just the signing of executive orders while giving a press conference, that alone
is definitely a deal maker. I mean, his book is called The Art of the Deal. Like, he's done that his whole life, and I think that it's going to be super refreshing for international politics to operate that way. Less bureaucracy, just more action taking, and so on. And I think that not only is it going to do great for the economy, but it's also going to set the stepping stone for how Europe should operate as well, and more. I think throughout his campaign, he realized the leverage that media has if done right. I think he gets what the public wanted, and you see that across other things, that other executive orders that he's passed since his inauguration.